Good morning and good night. Thanks again for downloading the Body Snatchers podcast. And when you listen, stream, or download straight to your device, Castbox is your best option. Castbox is a free platform on your computer or mobile device that promotes podcasts just like ours to millions of listeners worldwide. Go to the App Store or Google Play and look for the orange symbol. If you're listening on your computer, go to castbox.fm and look for our show. Remember, if you like what you hear today, don't forget to subscribe and comment. So let's get started with Steve, Tino, Gia, and John with the news.
All right, good morning and good night. This is the Body Snatchers podcast, your 24/7 hotspot for everything you care about. That website is bodysnatcherspodcast.com. There you're going to find links to our show on every platform. We're pretty much on everything and everywhere. So wherever you want to go, Body Snatchers is going to greet you with open arms. Download or stream on whatever app or device you happen to be involved with, and we got you. Go directly to our website, and we got a stream set up for you right now, ready to go. And more importantly, subscribe and share. Fan support is a big part of our motivation, so hit those buttons. And while you're on the website, check out the Body Snatchers podcast shop, backed by a great company, a great guy. All orders are made fresh and shipped right to your doorstep. These clothes are top-notch quality, and right now, up until January 1st, 20% off everything. 20% off everything Body Snatchers. That's for the rest of the year, boys and girls. So when payday comes around, grab a shirt, grab a hoodie. I promise you won't even feel it. And be sure to check out last episode of me and Tino. We become little Punisher fanboys and get giddy over some murders.
Bags.
So it was fun. It was fun.
Ouch, my heart.
Actually, on second thought, I like the movie better than the series. Say what you want about that.
That's terrible. You're a shitty person.
Not Warzone. The Thomas Jane one.
Nah, it's too late. Shut up. They're all bad.
They're not bad. If you watched them right now, you'd love it.
I've seen them all. I honestly didn't really care for any of them.
I think the last one, my favorite scene was just when he was like tricking the dude into thinking that he was burning him, and he was just poking him with a popsicle because it's like the same feeling. Like that was fun, but nothing was memorable and stood out and stuck with me from any of the old Punisher movies. And I love Frank Castle. So
yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's just I didn't think the Punisher was something that could translate to something on screen being like actually good until this Netflix, not even this Netflix series came out, but until he popped up in Daredevil season 2. Just because I always get excited, and I don't want to say they're terrible because there's definitely been worse Marvel movies, but I don't know. I just couldn't get into it. They all felt like really over the top and a little too cliche. It felt like watching what's that one fucking dude's name? Jason Statham or whatever. It felt like watching one of his movies, and it's like
Cranked.
Yeah, I mean they're like cool bro movies, but like honestly, they're not really good. You know.
Well, Marvel movies do age. I mean, if you watch a Blade right now, it would be terrible.
Well, that's also because it was made, over 10 years ago, and the CGI wasn't that great. Like that's just any movie in general that uses CGI.
And I don't think those were done completely by Marvel Studios either, which makes a big difference.
I don't remember. I don't think I'm ever going to watch them again. So, what else? What about that beta, Tino? That Monsters Hunter beta? Did you play it? Yeah,
I played it. I mean, it's actually really good. I mean, I'm not going to lie. Like, it's really fun. I kind of like Tokaiden better just because like I've been stuck to it, but I think this is going to be a breath of fresh air. That being said, as much as I wanted to play it, dude, I could not put down
Xenoblade,
the new game that Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I can't put it down. It's so good. It's addicting. It's like if you like Final Fantasy or any type of good MMO or RPG game, like then this game is for you. Like I can't stop.
One of my really good friends, Tori, he just got it yesterday, and he said that he's played it. Or at least it was a couple hours ago. He's like, I only slept 3 hours last night. I played it for 17 hours. I was just like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's what it does to you. I'm like already 20 something hours in, and based on where I'm at, I barely scratched like maybe 5% of the game. And I'm ecstatic about that, especially since it's like wintertime and I'm getting ready to have some extra days off at work. So I can't wait to just sit the fuck back and just enjoy that game for what it's worth. Steven, when you get a Switch, and Gia, if you do, I know you're not planning on getting one anytime soon, but when you do, I think that should definitely be the first game that you get.
I'll grab it. I've been reading really good things about it, but I'm still holding out until Pokemon RPG comes out.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that. I mean, that's really one of the main reasons why I got it. So once that comes out, I mean, that's going to be a day one purchase for sure.
Yeah, we got it out of the way. We got the hard part done. Now all we got to wait for is the game.
Yeah, it'll be cheaper when I get mine too. So, suckers.
I got a pretty good deal though. I got mine for like $200. I got the Amazon credit card and they gave me like $40 off, and then I traded in like 2 old games where they gave me like 25 to 30% more than I would have gotten at like GameStop or Walmart. One of the games I even got like 50% more for trading in. So yeah, they took off a big ass chunk. I'm not even mad. Something you guys should look into if you're
pretty legit.
Yeah, I paid full price. Got him.
Yeah, of course you did.
What the fuck? What the fuck is that new Brawl game that they got for the Switch? That's exactly like Smash Brothers.
It's like the shit we were just talking about the other day. It's supposed to be kind of like Brawlhalla or whatever.
But Brawlhalla was free, and there's a lot of holes in that game.
They're hyping it up though. I know this game is they're giving away like a couple free Nintendo Switches for people who like sign up or whatever. They got a contest going online, so I checked that out. I think I shared it with the Body Snatchers
Snatch Pod.
Yeah, I shared it on the Body Snatchers podcast page and also the Body Snatchers group. So I don't know. I signed up for it. Fuck, if I want a second one, I could give it to Gia or sell it for more money. So we'll see how I feel.
I think I'm the only one on Earth still playing Brawlhalla.
No, there's a bunch of the other admins for the Body Snatchers group to play it.
I've ranked up pretty high. I'm in the 1400s right now.
Play with Vance then.
Yeah, you should play with Vance. Vance plays pretty intently, and he loves it. I mean, I want to play more, but dude, I mean, I'm only mad that I spent the $20 because I didn't expect Xenoblade to be that addicting. I thought I was like, oh, I'll just bounce around between games. No, all I want to do is play Xenoblade. Like, I cannot wait until fucking like Saturday. I'm just gonna fucking play that game all goddamn day.
You should like do a match or two with Brawlhalla. Like what I do is I do it once a day, and when I lose, I'm done. Maybe I'll do 1 match, maybe I'll do 6, maybe I'll do 10. But they're really quick, and once you lose, you just put it down.
Meanwhile, I'm over here in Throwback City because my son wants to play Terraria. So that's what I've been doing my last
I love Terraria.
Little bit of free time.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
No, but I've already beat the game, and this dude's been like, so Bran watches like streamers on YouTube, and he does this thing where like, mommy, we have to do this. So meanwhile, I've already beat Terraria. I've beat all the bosses in Terraria. Like I've pretty much done everything to do in this game. So I was obsessed with it when I first got it a few years ago. And then of course, Bran's like, we need to fight the wall of flesh. We just turned this damn game on, and he's talking about beating this monster that you have to do a lot of other things like leading up to getting to it. And I'm like, no, that's not how this works.
Do they have anything new on that game? I haven't played in 2 years.
Not really. I don't think there's anything that's been updated, at least within the last year. I could be wrong, though. I just started playing again.
Yeah, it seems okay to me.
You never played it, right?
I haven't. No, I just checked it out.
How did it get past your radar?
Well, so a lot of people that really like Minecraft kind of steered away from it because Terraria is more of a 2D side scroller version of it. But I don't know. Honestly, I like Terraria better.
I love Terraria. I love them both. Do you see that Minecraft microtransaction?
No.
That's coming through? Not for the Java, but for everything else, I think.
Okay, you want to elaborate a little bit?
They only released a picture, and it was fucking coins that you can get for $1.99, $5.99, $20, and it goes all the way up to $100.
Yeah, I saw that picture you or somebody shared, and I laughed at it, but
they're not going to make any money off of that because everybody just fucking does mods, and then like half the kids that play creative mode. So like, what would you possibly need?
I don't know. I thought it was all bullshit, and they said it's going to be on everything except the Java version, which is pretty much the main PC, right?
Yeah, that's what our Realm is on. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'll look into it, but I really can't see what it is. I can't think of anything in that game where I'm like, oh yeah, I'd really want to spend a couple bucks on that. Like, I mean,
right? What could they be holding hostage?
I don't know. You already spend money, but maybe it's the same thing that it's been, but maybe they're like dumbing it down into a coin system versus spend $1.99 for this and that.
Well, maybe it's like unlocks now. Like they mentioned dinosaurs were coming through. Well, what if it's like, all right, it takes this many coins and you earn them. You can earn them in the game, but then you can also pay to play to unlock these dinosaurs.
Well, I don't see how they would put like an earn in-game system. I mean, we'll see. I don't know. It sounds like they're just, making a fun way to do the exact same thing that they've been doing, where if you want to buy extra content, like you just go to the, for instance, the PlayStation store on PSN and spend a couple bucks and unlock that shit. But the game has been hacked so many fucking times. It's like, is that really necessary? I don't think it is.
Fucking microtransactions are pissing me off.
Well, after EA, like we won't be seeing as much of that as time goes by because shit got real.
You think so? I bet you they still made a ton of money off of
some, but whatever the fuck their projections were is not going to happen now because they're still going to be making a ton of money, but I mean now, like, so many people are cracking down on them and lawmakers at that are getting involved, so it's kind of like something's going to happen. They're gonna at least ease the tension up a little bit. They'll still make money, but probably not quite what they intended to make.
Think about how much money they're making on, pretty much the same shit you did for Brawlhalla. Just, $20 there, $5 there, and motherfuckers aren't even going back to play it.
Well, fuck, dude. Between them and fucking GameStop, everybody's making money. GameStop has been... Okay, first off, all games are digital now. You can download anything you want digitally. There's no purpose in reserving games. Like, there's none. It's not like, oh, shit, I'm not going to be able to get it. Yes, the fuck you will.
# don't pre-order.
Yeah, but like when you pre-order, all I do is take your money and stick that in an account somewhere and then make money off of the interest with banks. And like, that's how they were able to like monopolize the market. Like, and they did. So, I haven't pre-ordered a game in probably 5 or 6 years, maybe longer. And I've always been able to get it day one. So what does that say?
What about pre-order it digital?
There's a couple games that like I did, but like not like months in advance. Like I did it like a couple days because it was payday and I knew I was going to burn through my money.
See, I almost never get games digital. Like I prefer having hard copies of it because usually I do like collector's editions of things. So if I'm pre-ordering anything, it's not just going to be like the plain vanilla game. It's going to be like something that comes with guidebooks and statues. Like that's what I did with Horizon Zero Dawn. I threw down, I think it was like on sale, like when I did my pre-order, I got the collector's edition box set that comes with the Aloy statue and like art book and some other little things for like $80.
Well, that's what they got to do, or else there would be no incentive.
Well, no, see, that's fine though. That's fair. Where it's just we're going to like normal games. If you're buying a normal fucking $59.99 game and it's just the game, there's no reason to pre-order. Now what Gio's saying, totally different. Like that I can agree on because like I spend money on like deluxe editions and stuff like that too because those actually are limited quantity. Mm-hmm. You probably won't be able to get that again. It just depends if it's worth it to you or not. Like the Kingdom Hearts 2.8 or whatever, which I just sold, thank God, fuck that game, but I bought it and got the deluxe edition, and like they just gave me like a shitty necklace that looked like it was worth 50 cents in like a gumball machine. Not that it should have been like fine art or anything. Like I get it, but it just, there wasn't anything like cool or elaborate. Like it felt so cheap and like tasteless. It was like what I assume teenage girls go through when they like buy like whatever their favorite artist is. They're like, here's a free T-shirt, and it's made of like nothing. Where like put water on it and it like melts.
Yeah, like, and I was like super upset. So like Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon came out, and I have Sun and Moon, and of course, like I just didn't know they were coming out with the new games, so I missed out on the Steelbook edition that Amazon usually does. So I was like kicking myself over that. Yeah.
That would have been dope.
I have the Steelbook for Sun and Moon, but not for Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. So I was pretty sad because I found out literally a week before the game released that it was coming out. And I was like, oh, crap.
Well, whatever, man. Just remember, Pokemon's going to drop on Switch this, the year we're going into 2018 at some point. Hopefully mid-spring at the latest, I'm hoping. So
and the second the pre-orders go up, I'm putting my dollars down at GameStop or Amazon, depending on who has the better collectors.
I will laugh at you and I'll download it that day, but I got you.
Yeah, so I walk into GameStop to go get Odyssey, and it's like new, it's full priced, and then used, it's a couple bucks less. So, I never had a problem with used, and I haven't been in there a while, so I usually do get it. And then they're like, well, you can get it even less if you sign up for our rewards card or whatever. And I think it's like fucking $13 to sign up for it. And this fat fuck wants to bring magazines to my home. That's dumb. Yeah, I walked out and I'm just going to get it. I'm going to get it on Amazon or I'm going to get it digital. I'm never going to.
It's like when you go to GNC and they're like, everything's going to be way cheaper if you spend like $100 on this gold card for a year. And I'm like, Really? I don't think so, because everybody else sells the same shit you do without a membership for less. So no.
Yeah, that one time where it's like,
was this Best Buy?
Where it's like, if you come in April, it's going to be this percentage off.
And I'm like, nah, you're not going to get me today. But not getting too off subject here, because we do need to be mindful of time. Even what are we getting into tonight, man?
Now, if you like this, if you like Tino, you like John, you like me, and by some miracle you like Gia too, you want to be where we hang out all day, every day, and it's simple. You go to facebook.com/Body Snatchers Podcast, Twitter @Body Snatchers PC, Instagram @Body Snatchers Podcast. Just swing by there. We're always there. Drop a post, like a post, share a post. Just do what you've been doing all this time, and we'll see you there. Now, a great man by the name of Makoto Shinkai, the same dude that brought us movies like The Garden of Words, Voices of a Distance. Have you seen those? I assume you guys have, right?
I've seen Garden of Words.
See Voices of a Distance too. It's fucking amazing.
How would you know?
Yeah.
I bet you just read up about it.
Right?
Oh, I seen.
Fucking poser.
I seen them. I gotta. Well, I don't want to talk about it in the air, but I gotta set you guys up with a Fire Stick. It has a great anime feature, but I don't talk about it on air because that'll make me sound like a pirate, and I'm not a pirate.
You're a butt pirate.
Got him. But these movies are rich in storytelling, and for new and seasoned anime fans, they're just they're visually impressive more than the usual anime that we watch. Like, I'm going through Naruto, and if you switch back and forth, it's just a fucking mess. The detail, the animation, the movies that these are, they're just beautiful, and the music is intoxicating too.
Something that's cool about the music, not to cut you off, is that the Japanese band that made the songs for the original Japanese release went back and redid them in English for the international release.
And that's awesome. I wish they would all do that. But I read something where when they were doing that whole soundtrack, there was two of them, and one did one part on this side of the country, and the other one did the other part on the other side of the country, and they just put them together and sent it in. But it sounded really, really good because I got that playlist on Spotify. I think I sent it to Tino. Gia, do you use Spotify?
I do on my PlayStation.
Yeah, I should send it to you too.
But I use Amazon Music for everything else.
But the movie we're going to talk about right now is Your Name, available on Blu-ray right now. You're going to want to get it on Blu-ray. If you get it anywhere else, it's not going to do justice. You need a nice TV, a nice Blu-ray player, and you need the disc, because digital copies, I don't think it's going to look as good. Now, this film is going to deliver feels no matter where you are in your life. Boy, girl, adult, teenager. This movie's going to hit home. And if you have a black hole in your soul like me, or a cold heart like Gia, it's going to be a refreshing movie, because it's going to connect to you no matter what. And that's what I like about it. That's why it's like my top 5 movies of all time.
It actually
that's strong.
It's actually the 4th highest grossing film of all time in Japan right now too, and the 7th highest grossing traditionally animated film. So, and it's like on the list of those things, it's the highest grossing anime and Japanese film, and the 5th highest grossing non-English film worldwide. So for it to be in your top 5, that absolutely makes sense. One, because you're kind of a casual when it comes to anime, and 2, just because it did so well overall everywhere.
God, I can't wait to fucking watch this movie again for like the 5th time. It's just so good. Like, I mean, it's like when you're watching it, you want it to be predictable. Like, everybody does that. I'm notorious for it. Whenever I'm watching a movie, like I'm like 10 steps ahead, and I would say like 9 out of 10 times, like, I'm right. I don't know if that just, comes with the fact that like I'm a movie connoisseur, or, just because I'm getting older and like, kind of like been there, done that, seen it. But,
the terrible feature to have.
I mean, but it's reality though. And that's how I like to gauge things. It's because if something is, completely predictable and not entertaining in any way, and they didn't even do like good character development, blah blah blah, then it's bad to me, because it's not unique.
Can you pretend to ignore it? No,
I mean, why would I do that? That's like trying to dumb yourself down in society. As you become more intelligent, things are gonna be different to you. That's just how it goes.
That's how most people enjoy shows. That's how I enjoy wrestling. You got to suspend your disbelief.
Yeah, well, most people are fucking stupid, and so are you for having that opinion and belief. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is like, when you're watching this and you try to get ahead and you think what's going to happen based on, similar movies, or where you think it's going, like you're wrong. It's not going where you expect it to at all. And I think that that's part of what makes this so well written. Is just everything like intertangles in a way that like you kind of have to pace yourself and pay attention, but like it's worth it. And it's just like a breath of fresh air. Without getting into, exactly what it is, I'll, probably let you explain that since, you're so good at doing shit like that, Steven. It feels like, it feels like it's going to be like some Japanese, like Freaky Friday, so you're like, oh, okay. Like, you think you got it and then you don't. They curve you so far left. And I love that they do that. But I mean, if you want to go ahead and, explain some of the gist of what happens and, I'll chime back in when I get a second and let you know, like, where I wanted it to go or, the things I feel like they should have touched on.
I like how you use Freaky Friday as a fucking reference.
See, meanwhile, I was like using that Lakeside movie that Sandra Bullock and freaking Keanu Reeves were in. Whenever I try to reference
my boy.
People, like minus the body swapping, of course. But the time differences thing was what lended me more towards that movie.
Yeah, so without giving anything away, this movie opens up with two people. What's her name? Mikasa?
Really?
Mitsuha. That's not right, is it? How do you say it?
Pronounce her last name since you're struggling.
She has a last name?
What? Shut the fuck up.
It's just as messed up. Mitsuha, Mia. No, I'm not doing that. I'm going to erase it, actually.
Miyamizu is the last name.
Miyamizu?
Yeah.
So, Miyamizu, Taki, whatever. It opens up with this comet coming through the sky. And the way this comet looks is so visually satisfying. If you go behind the scenes in this movie, there's meaning to all these colors. And there's meaning to, like, little details through this movie. So you got to go through those deleted scenes after you see the movie. Preferably right after. But it opens up to where she wakes up and she's feeling on herself, but how would a man act if you woke up in a woman's body? First of all, you're clicking mouses and your hands are going everywhere. Now, when they both do this, but when they both wake up, they think it's a dream. They're not taking it seriously. So all through it, somehow she goes out or he goes out in her body and they go through their daily lives. They go through their phones. They get the help from their friends. And each step in their daily lives, they participate together in both of their lives. And they become each other's companion, I should say, through the phone.
And notebook.
Now we get, and notebook, yeah. The details in that notebook is so fucking satisfying. Because it's like every little detail and every little like pencil stroke is in there. And when they go through each other's phones, it gets a little bit more complicated after that because there's a lot of loopholes, a lot of twists in here. But for the most part, they get familiar with each other, really familiar with each other to where they haven't even met before. But they're teasing each other just like, a crush would, and they're talking to each other just like a crush would, and they're yelling at each other just like you would a crush. And for the most part,
we get it, Steven. They talk to each other like they have a crush on each other. God damn.
Right?
All right, continue, Gia.
Fucking broken record ass.
Like a crush would. They love on each other like a crush would.
Hey, easy, raising Mike. I'm explaining it the best I can.
All right, you can keep going now.
No, go ahead. Take over.
Okay, so you find out that the girl, Mitsuha, she's actually a part of this like shrine maiden family where their family has done these just kind of festivals and traditional, how to phrase it.
God damn you.
What are you goddamming me about?
Just add like a crush would. That'll fix it.
Like a crush would. No, but basically, she's a priest maiden as well as her sister. So she kind of gets teased a lot by people in school. So Taki, on top of them becoming close, also helps her become popular at school because everybody's kind of distanced from her because they think she's weird. Like, she has a boy that has a crush on her, but like the other girls and everything always make fun of her for it. And they kind of capitalize on it where they have her make like 1,000-year wine, I think is what it's called. But basically, like, they make it by chewing up rice and spitting into a bottle, and it ferments and it turns into sake.
Fuck, that was sexy.
So that's pretty cool. They kind of envelop a lot of the country living lifestyle and the city living lifestyle. Because, of course, Mitsuha, she lives in the country with the shrine, and her family, they're all country folk. And then Taki lives out in the middle of, like, was it Tokyo? Like, he's just out in the city doing his city thing.
Apparently, both of those places are real.
Yes. What? Steve,
Yeah. What the fuck? I'm so mad. He said apparently. What you do?
What do you
Have
mean?
ever read a book?
In Japan, you think I would know that fucking countryside? I know Tokyo.
Bro, I'm just gonna throw this out here, Steven. Most places, like 90% of the time in Japanese anime, they're real places.
But like I know it was like Tokyo, and maybe that little village had a name too. But they did it the way it looks. I'm saying,
Yeah.
not just like this is Tokyo, and then it's just a bunch of buildings and cars and a bunch of scribbles on the side of buildings.
Not for the most part, they pick out like popular places
Then
and actually
why-
render them appropriately. So
Why didn't you just lead with the visuals are accurate?
Well, that's what I was saying, but
these are actual places.
I'm dealing with two fucking retards, so I gotta talk like I got a fucking crayon in my hand writing it down. I'm sorry, I apologize. I know you got glasses.
Okay, well,
I shouldn't have said that.
I think the spirit of Chris Jericho is speaking through you.
Do you even know what's going on? Do you even know what's going on with him?
Oh, Jesus Christ. So with the two, they try to meet up like on two different occasions, and something that I will not spoil kind of makes it where they don't exactly meet up in that time frame. And Taki kind of goes off to try to run into her and discover something like dreadful happened basically when the meteor struck. Because when the movie opens, it shows both of them what they're doing exactly when the meteor's coming down. So it has a lot of like emotions. It's a real big feel train.
I'm going to interject. I'm going to assume that people have watched this already if they're listening. And just to kind of dive in, I mean, like one of the scenes, I think the first scene that like hit me outside of like, the news and the shock factor of like they're, it's not just they're switching bodies, but like space and time has everything to do with the comic, because that shit threw me for a huge curve and I loved every second of it. But like, I was so overwhelmed with fucking emotions I didn't know I had anymore. When like they get to that part where, there's 3 or 4 years in between them, but they find a way to get there at the same time as the comet's heading over. And then for like a brief moment, like space and time, like,
and they're able to like touch each other,
communicate.
Kind of.
Man. And yes. And when they're writing on each other's hands, when he's like,
I don't want to,
because their memories keep like, they're trying to run away, and he writes his name on her hand, and she goes to write hers on his, and then obviously they run out of time because they took too long bullshitting, and you're all sad. Blah blah blah. They fast forward the movie, and like she's running, and she's like, what is his name? What am I doing? Who is he? And she goes to look at her hand, and it says "I love you" instead of like his name. God, it was like a knife through my heart with like emotion. Like I was just like, if my Chew Ducks worked, they would just be like at maximum capacity right now. Fuck. Like it's I don't know. It's just so good. Like little things did irk me in the movie. Like I kind of wish, and it's not to say it's bad, but like I kind of wish they would have done more with like how her dad was being a fucking prick.
Yeah.
I wish like when Taki took over her body, like he would have been like, look here, motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because they kind of explained that her mom, or was it either her mom or grandma, kind of had a similar thing happen and she was able to avoid disaster because of it.
Yeah.
So that they hinted like highly at that, at their family line, basically having that kind of actual like spiritual connection to being able to kind of prevent things.
And then, but you know what though, like the dad seemed like the vibe that I got from him was like, okay, my wife has passed, so I'm not going to, hang out in fairy tale land anymore. I'm going to fucking, be a politician and, do things that I can actually control, blah, blah, blah.
Leave my kids like a man.
Well, kind of like that was the vibe I got. He did leave his, kids basically, but, I felt like he was trying to do good for the people in ways that he couldn't. Like he turned his back on, his wife's culture, which he did, but like I thought he was gonna warm up when they were. I can't remember like the exact scene, but like they were kind of hit him with some emotions, and it was his chance to say something that could have been like, he could have stormed out of the room, or he could have been like, "Look, man, like this is just how it is now," and walked away. But he looked at his little girls and was just like, "Look, it's probably just a fucking trait from your mother's family since you guys want to be so stupid." Is basically what he said, and like stormed out. And I was like, "God damn, that was harsh," that kind of hurt me.
And it was still kind of tame because I'm pretty sure Japanese businessmen beat the fuck out of their daughters.
They don't.
I don't think they do, actually. No. No.
They don't stab them in the stomach or anything?
But no, they don't do that in Japan.
They don't do that, huh? I thought that if they have more than one daughter, they throw the other one in the lake. Is that true?
No, see, that's China you're thinking of, and that's because Chinese people were raised to believe that male children were more profitable to have than female children because male children could work essentially. And that's also why their population is like 1 to 4 men to women. Like there's 1 woman for every 4 men. And that's why a lot of them don't get married or even find a wife.
Not bad. That's good to know. Chinese, Japanese. Sometimes I get them confused, especially when the sun's out.
I'm not gonna sit here and listen to all your ignorance. Can we get back to the goddamn fucking anime?
But so about Your Name, also like I think shortly before the anime came out, the creator released a book also about it. And I read that there's a live action remake that's currently in the works too. So that's something to look out for.
I wish they would just leave it alone.
No, I think for live action movies where it is viable, where they don't have to like CGI the crap out of things, that Japanese movies come out really good when it's like that. So
do you think?
I think that it'll be good.
Do you think this movie is great from beginning to end? It's great. Do you think even if the live action was great, it would be as good as this movie?
I don't think it would be because simply animation takes a bigger part of what makes the Your Name movie great. Like everything is just so aesthetically well put together. But I still think that it would be close to being on par if they did it exactly how it could be.
I feel like I'd be biased. I think it'd be good, but I think like my dickhead biased opinion like wouldn't allow me to, fully embrace it for what it is. Like I'd be like, it's not theater.
I mean, if America made it, I could see that.
Even though you're a dickhead, everyone's going to be biased whether they like it or not because they're so loyal to this film, as they should be.
Well, it's gonna.
I'm still mad that skin was sold out for UT now because
I really wanted it. Like I think
I was mad when I saw that Goku shit. I was like, no.
You made the right choice, I think.
To be honest, it only costed like $10 or $12 to like get the skin for the Switch. So I think I'm probably going to wait for them to get it in stock again, buy it, just hold on to the Goku one for a couple of months, and then I'll probably switch it out because the Your Name one just visually is more appealing to me. I want feels.
Well, a question about the Switch. Do you need a second controller for 2-player, or you didn't get that far yet?
It seems like most games I would just be able to split the controller and you would just like have the little, baby mini controller. So with what I've done so far, I think that's all there is to it. So
how does that feel? I know you tried it out.
Well, I've only used it as like the main controller really. And, I mean, that part feels awesome. It comes with like, this like controller piece and, like the left side and the right side like hooks onto it and gives it the feel of like a full large controller, like as if it was like a PlayStation controller or something. I actually don't like the feel for the portable behavior. I've only done that like a little bit. Like it's it's cool. The screen is large. It's almost too large. Like it just feels kind of awkward. But like I could see myself like vegetating on the couch and playing it, while somebody watches TV.
Somebody said it was too wide. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, it feels kind of awkward. I don't know. I mean, visually it looks stunning. It's kind of like, remember Sega Game Gear? Like it was nice, but it was just like too damn big. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's kind of like that. The only way I can describe it. So I mean, it's not bad. It's just I couldn't see myself like casually taking it around like through a mall or whatever the fuck people do with portable games. Like I just no.
Yeah.
I'd rather just be in the house and like that way I can give up the TV and continue my game without being bothered.
Yeah, I'm curious to try it. The nunchucks from the first Wii is the best controller I ever had. It's the most comfortable.
I didn't really like it. I mean, I didn't hate it, but I didn't. I
wasn't it was essentially you had 2 buttons on your left side and a joystick, and then the rest was in your right hand. That's all you needed. It was comfortable.
Well, no, because I have that, and the controller has like a D-pad on it too, and you can turn it sideways when you play like Mario Kart.
Yeah, but you don't think the nunchuck is comfortable? If you got to use 2 hands, you can put them down, you can put them up. The wireless ones, you can put it wherever.
Honestly, any game where I didn't have to use a nunchuck, I didn't. So,
well, this is gonna feel like, I mean, because you guys are PlayStation heads mostly, like me. Like it's gonna feel really natural, like when you pick it up and use just the controller for the Switch. Like you're gonna love it. The only thing that's like awkward to me, because I haven't played Nintendo in so long, is like, for instance, the game that I'm playing now. A lot of the controls like will be like, okay, they're like time controls, so I'll be like press X, B, Y. I'm like, oh fuck, which one's X? Which one? You know what I mean? Like my PlayStation instincts kick in, and like it's kind of a bad habit that I'm trying to break. But outside of that, I mean, it feels really comfortable. Like it's not going to be awkward. It's not going to be like a weird learning curve. It'll feel better than like an Xbox controller, in my opinion. So yeah, you'll like it.
All right.
Meanwhile, I'm on that next level with my Steam controller and fucking Link box.
Yeah, I'll wait till I feel like spending money again.
I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear about those fucking computers for a week.
Inside jokes.
No, you just hook it up to your TV and you can play those games. Anyway, but yeah, I'm good.
All right, that's going to be it for us. If you haven't already, hit that like button, subscribe, share a link, spread the word. That's all we ask for Christmas. Nothing special, nothing expensive. The website for shows, shop, and our bios, if anyone's interested, bodysnatcherspodcast.com. So for Steve, Tino, Gia, and John, tell someone you love them. Take care. Everyone say bye.
Goodbye, friends.
All right, Gia.
Ciao.